What up, bitches? It's the MisanthropikOne, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Before I talk about this, y'all know what this is already. Jay-Z's latest album called Magna Carta, Holy Grail. Before I go into that, I want to speak on the latest thing that Jay-Z has said about removing the hyphen from his name. You know, Jay, I will say, he is in my top 10 rappers of all time. He's up there, and he's in many people's lists. He's an upper echelon MC, definitely a business mogul. All of that's known already. I don't expect Jay-Z at this point in his career, what he's done to start doing like corny shit like this. I think it's stupid. He doesn't need to do stuff like this to stay relevant. Who cares about the fucking hyphen? Well, I'll be honest, I do, because that's what he's known as. What difference does it make if he drops it or not? It's just, it's stupid news. Like, who gives a fuck about that? And I just gotta be honest. I love Jay. I love his music, but to me, he's J-A-Y hyphen. I got a good life, man. You know, he's J-Z. I'm not falling for that fucking Jay-Z shit. No hyphen. Like, who gives a goddamn? Like, I'm sick of fucking rappers that make a whole fucking career with a name that is, it's so synonymous with their career and their rhymes and all that shit, and then all of a sudden they just want to switch it up. You know, it'll be different if you had a totally different moniker and released something under a different name. That I get, but dropping a hyphen to me is just fucking retarded. I don't think that's newsworthy. I don't think Jay-Z should have even done it. That's just my thoughts on that. Let's get into Magna Carta for a little bit. Alright, so let's get into this bitch real quick. I'm gonna go off the computer. Y'all know how I usually do. I usually read off the inserts, but I don't want to be turning pages and looking for the fucking producers and shit. So right now, I'm gonna go off the computer for some of this review and my thoughts on this shit. First of all, I'll get right into it and say I really enjoyed the album. Right off the dig, I'll say that shit. I know a lot of people were kind of mixed about it. And well, I'll get into that a little bit later. Let's start from the beginning. I love the promotion for this shit. I saw the commercial. You know, it was initially a release that was exclusive to Samsung S4 holders. That's a special type of smartphone, a new smartphone. And this is the genius of Jay-Z. This motherfucker went platinum before the album even came out. Samsung bought 1 million copies of this album for the Jay-Z app, and he went platinum. The RIAA had to give him a platinum plaque because he technically went platinum, and shout out to Jay for that. That's fucking amazing. But you know, the promotion for this shit had me intrigued from the get-go. You know, it was just a commercial with black and white where Jay-Z's in the room with all the producers. You see Timbaland, Swiss Beats, fucking Rick Rubin, who unfortunately really didn't produce on this album. I would love to hear Rick Rubin do another track with Jay. Rick Rubin's a legend to me, fucking phenomenal producer. But anyway, he was just in the room with a shitload of producers. Pharrell, that's who I was trying to think of. But the whole look of the commercial made me feel like it was somewhat artsy and that the album was going to be a little bit stripped down, which you know, I was looking forward to. And let me get into some of the production on this, the producers who did the production, I should say. You have The Dream, Timbaland. Timbaland was about on 85% of this fucking album. J-Rock, No ID, Boy Wonder, Vinyls, Pharrell, Hit Boy, Hey DJ, Mike Dean, Travis Scott, Wonder Girl, Swiss Beats, Mike Will, Mars, Kiambo, Hip Hop Joshua. So you have a myriad of producers. A lot of them are co-producers, so they all team up on certain songs. The sound of it was pretty clean for the most part. It did have a little bit of dirt in there, but Jay-Z's at a point now in his career where he's not gonna make, you know, any of those type of grimy type tracks like he did in the early to mid 90s. So I kind of understand it. Production suited Jay-Z for what he was trying to put out there. Features, you have Justin Timberlake, Rick Ross, Frank Ocean, Beyonce, and Nas. Not too many fucking features, which is the way I like it. Y'all know how I do. The Rick Ross feature, though, I could have really done without that. Y'all know I like Rick Ross. I like his music. So all you motherfuckers don't be like, how could you like Rick Ross? But I love his music. But one of the cons on this album was him. I think he came really weak on that track. He was back to his chanty bullshit. And, you know, I think he's released better verses and better lyrics than that. That's just my opinion. So motherfuckers don't come on here talking shit. As far as everybody else, they all did their thing, especially my man Justin Timberlake. At the beginning of this album, he laced it. He killed it. Justin Timberlake, who I neglected to mention, also has a production credit on this album before I get into the content. And yeah, let's get into that. Content on this album, I know a lot of people were just, you know, sort of, this is where most people were kind of turned off. I gotta say this, you know, for the most part, I really do like where Jay is coming from. I think this is his grown man's album. You know, 50 Cent once went on to say that Kingdom Come was a grown man's album, was Jay-Z's grown man album. And, you know, I gotta be honest, Kingdom Come wasn't one of my favorite Jay albums. I think it was one of his weakest albums. That's just my opinion. I think this one definitely describes where he's at. He has songs on here like, one of my favorites is Picasso Baby. I love that track because, you know, he's using a lot of artist names for references. That's because he is an avid art collector now, and I definitely love the fact that he throws that in there. He's not ashamed of it. You know, he's made his money, you know, and that's what he talks about. And a lot of people can't fucking stand that. A lot of people are so mad at that shit, but he's been doing the whole bragger shit for most of his career. So what the fuck do you expect? I don't want Jay-Z to change. What else do I like on here? Heaven, dope track. I love this track because he's actually attacking the whole Illuminati bullshit, and I'm glad he took a stance on it because I'm sick and tired of motherfuckers saying that Illuminati shit, especially when it comes to him, just because he's rich. Oh yeah, he's Illuminati, he sold his soul to the devil, he engages in fucking devilish rituals and shit like that. I'm like, it's fucking stupid. I'm glad that he addressed it on there the way that he did. Fuck With Me, you know I got it. Like I said, I that's one track I don't like. I wish they would have taken that off. That's the one with Rick Ross. I think that was one of them tracks that I just can't fuck with. Jay-Z Blue, I like that track. That is Jay talking about his newfound parenthood, because, you know, he just had Blue Ivy, which is his daughter, and he's talking about just being a parent, what to expect, what he's going through. What was it? BBC was kind of dope. It was, I think that was produced by Pharrell. Beat was alright, you know. Pharrell kind of, you know, he's hit or miss with me a lot. He's very predictable when it comes to beats. You know it's him, but it's just, he's just there to me. But Jay and Nas did their thing. Great to see them flowing together. La Familia, dope track. It's notably known because Jay is taking another subliminal diss at Lil Wayne. Those two have been going back and forth for a couple years now, throwing subliminals at each other. It's great to see Jay still has that oomph in him, that he's able to do that. And yeah, that's basically what I want to talk about. I don't want to sit here all night. My rating of this album, I would give it like a 7.5 to an 8. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think it was a solid album. I know a lot of people were turned off. A lot of y'all want Reasonable Doubt and In My Lifetime all over again. But like I said, Jay-Z's in a different point in his life. He's a fucking business mogul. Like he said on the Diamonds remix. What did he say? I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman, you know? And, you know, that lyric resonates with me, so I can't really get too mad when he releases music like this, because he openly admits, like, I'm a businessman now, I'm beyond all that shit. And as much as I want Reasonable Doubt all over again, believe me, I want that myself, I have to respect where the fuck he's coming from, and I do. I definitely bumped this shit. And that's all I gotta say. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, support dope shit, and that's it. Peace, bitches.